Hey everyone, AGodlessProgressive here. It's gonna be video response to Skid Row Radio, formerly Ujima Flipper, who I'll refer to for the rest of the video as Uj. So Uj saw your last video, which I guess you were responding to Coughlin's video, where he sort of, I guess he attacked Assange, and you were just sort of pointing out like that was an unfounded attack. So, so I wasn't responding to that because I agree with all of that. The point I kind of wanted to respond to was this idea of Assange being a liability to to WikiLeaks. And I guess your argument, if this isn't right, just well, just correct me. But I think your argument seems to be that because of these unfounded attacks, like the one you just, refuted, it is damaging not only to Assange, but more importantly to WikiLeaks and to what they're trying to do. So therefore, you believe that there should be more representatives that talk about, there should be more press representatives or spokespersons or whatever that talk about WikiLeaks so as to sort of beat back the attack in a way, so that way if they attack Assange, it doesn't hurt as much, right? Because you're just attacking him. Now, yeah, it's unfounded and it shouldn't happen, but the bottom line is they're not hurting the overall goal of WikiLeaks, and you think that would be a way for them to not. You think that would be a way to combat all these attacks, right? Okay. I disagree with that for a couple of reasons. Um, just the idea that Assange is a liability. When I think of liability, I think of responsible or culpable, right? So to me, it sounds like you're saying Assange is culpable or liable or responsible for the unfounded attacks on him because it hurts WikiLeaks, because the media has constructed this meme that Assange equals WikiLeaks. So if you attack Assange, you attack WikiLeaks, right? Uh, I think you can see that. I hope you can see the problem with that. I mean, how is Assange responsible for people unfairly attacking him? How is Assange responsible for people trying to smear him? I mean, how is he responsible for any of that? I mean, that's what I think of when I hear liable. So maybe you're going for a different word, but that's what I hear when I hear liable. Um, and I just don't think that is fair or accurate or right to say he's liable for people unfairly attacking him. Um, Second point, um, about the unfair attacks, and yes, we all know there are unfair attacks. You more than anyone else. I mean, you do more videos about this than anyone. So, so the issue of, okay, he's being unfairly attacked. If we sort of add more representatives to do press for WikiLeaks, maybe the attacks won't be as maybe the attacks won't pack as much of a punch. Well, here's the thing. You're sort of saying that as if they aren't going to attack the new people who do press, and they aren't going to still constantly attack WikiLeaks. I mean, they're going to keep constantly attacking WikiLeaks. They being the United States government, uh, perceives WikiLeaks to be an enemy. fairly or unfairly, doesn't matter. They have been marked in the enemy column, and now they are using any means necessary, any means they can think of, they can conjure up, they can construct to attack WikiLeaks and their credibility and they're going to do this by any means, any means necessary. And it does not matter if what they're saying is right or it's wrong, if they're lying, if they're not lying. The ends justify the means. And as long as the means are met, that's good enough. And WikiLeaks is not going to, and the thing is, and that's my point, WikiLeaks is not going to stop being attacked, really, ever. And so saying that we get rid of Assange and the attacks will be lightened, maybe not get rid of, maybe that's not fair to say that, because I don't think you're saying that. But if you're saying we add more people so that he's not the figurehead and they can't attack him, they can't attack WikiLeaks through Assange, fine, they'll just use the other press people. I mean, the thing is, this isn't about Assange necessarily. It is about what WikiLeaks is doing. It is about the United States government agenda to destroy WikiLeaks. Why do they want to destroy them? Like I said before, they view them as an enemy. And that's it. And it does not matter if it's Assange or it's someone else. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. And that's sort of my other point. These attacks will not stop. And that sort of leads me into my third point that I'll make. And that is that I feel by doing what you're suggesting, I feel you're in some ways legitimizing the attack on WikiLeaks. Now, no, not the unfounded Assange is a Nazi appeaser or whatever, or Assange has a friend who's a Nazi appeaser or whatever attacks. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the attack in general on WikiLeaks. And you've talked about it, how the New York Times disparages them, the Guardian has disparaged them, the government obviously has disparaged them. I'm talking about the full frontal attack. You know, they've been kicked off servers. People they put pressure on things. They put pressure on companies like PayPal to deny them service. You know, that attack. It will sort of, I think, legitimize, in a sense, that attack. Because I think they'll say, oh wow, that really worked. They're caving. Now let's go harder. And let's go get them. And let's reach our objective. Our objective of ending WikiLeaks. And I feel like doing what you're doing will help them reach that objective quicker. And I just think that while yes, it's frustrating to have to deal with people who sort of don't know a lot about it, haven't really gotten into the issues surrounding WikiLeaks, make these attacks that have no foundation. But you have to understand, it's not just this. It's not just them attacking Assange. It's the overall, in general, attack on WikiLeaks. And I feel as though is very, 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 very important to be vigilant about this. And to find all attacks that are not valid. So now a couple of disclaimers here. First, I'm not saying let's close in ranks and let's always support WikiLeaks and never take on any criticism of, and never hear any criticism of WikiLeaks or Julian Assange, right? I'm not saying that. I think there are legitimate things you can criticize both Julian Assange and WikiLeaks for. But what I'm talking about is this attack, founded or unfounded, by, like I said before, by any means necessary. I'm talking about that, which is different from just a criticism that you've noticed. Uh, this, the second thing I'd bring up is now Julian Assange's legal situation where he's going to be extradited and he's going to have to face these charges of sexual assault, I believe. Um, I think given that legal situation, I think WikiLeaks will have to branch out and get some people who can do press, because just from a legal point of view, I don't think that's very good on. I don't think that bodes very well for him to be doing press while he's facing charges or answering questions to charges about sexual assault, to be talking about, Bank of America. you know, I don't think that's good. The other thing I would say is that, given the nature of the trial already, I find it hard to imagine that the judge would allow Julian Assange to even to speak to the media, where he's obviously going to get asked about it, and then he can sort of spin the situation in a way that makes him look better to his advantage. So I'm sure the judge is going to put like some sort of gag order and probably won't even let him talk to the media, and he'll probably be in house arrest again too. So he probably won't be able to leave whatever house he'll be in, right? So I think, some of your concerns may be alleviated just by that, just by his legal situation. So I just wanted to throw those two disclaimers out there. So that's all I have, which I graciously await your response to this video. And everyone else, I will talk to you later. God's Progressive. Peace.